Hi guys, I hope you're doing well. In this video I want to share my story how I bought my first car here in Mexico. Since I arrived in Cancun a couple of weeks ago, I was wondering how many of these old VW Beetles was still driving around, and the idea popped up in my head to buy one of these cars too. So I start talking about with my friends and ask them if it's possible and where are the best conditions to buy one. As I met also Marisol, I was talking with her too, and she gave me the advice to look on Facebook and to check in the city Merida where she come from, because there are many of these cars. So the best conditions to buy one of these cars and the cheapest way will be in Merida. So I was on Facebook and checked some posts from other people, and I found a lot of these cars and also in a price that I can pay, and I decided to buy one and to travel to Merida. A couple days later I took the bus with Bastian together to Merida, and after a short walk in the city center I met Marisol and the mechanic that she trusts. He told me not to buy the car on Facebook because of his age, but he knows a friend who wanna sell a similar one, just a little bit younger and in good conditions. So we moved to that place from his friend. But as we arrived there, the car was still sold. So we decided to drive back, and on the way back I saw another car with the silence to sell, and I told Marisol and also the mechanic to go back and to check this car, and it was in really good condition and the price was fine. And Marisol told me to stay in the car because if I go out and ask for how much cost it, I have to pay a gringo price. So she handled the price and the mechanics checked the car, and the condition was perfect. We had the money together and we had the mechanic who was checked the car, and Marisol handled the price down to 23,000 pesos, what is $1,200, and 30 minutes later I bought this car.
Sí, empiezan a preguntar. Sí.
So let me explain how was it possible to buy a car here in Mexico, because at the beginning they told me it is not possible to buy a car as a tourist. And yes, this is true, because you cannot register your car as a tourist here in Mexico. But as I buy the car, I get all this paper stuff, and that is proof enough that shows that it's my car. So that's how you buy a car in Mexico. I hope you understand it. Before we drove back to Playa del Carmen, I give the car to the mechanic, that he checked stops and the engine and that everything is fine, because we don't want to have an accident. And yeah, after that we was ready for the street. Oops, that was not the first one. So I want to say I have this car now I think a couple of weeks, and I really fell in love with him because it is such a simple way that they built this car. You have everything what you need to drive around. There is no electricity, just the lights and the starter for the motor, but the rest is mechanic pure. Everybody can fix that if something broke, but mostly there is nothing who breaks. Yeah, it works also really well on the bumping road. I never had a car like this. maybe like army time they were similar to drive. And a small detail to the end, nobody calls them a VW Beetle here in Mexico because they call them the Vocho. So that was to my video for the moment. I hope you have a good time and thank you for watching. I wish you a nice rest and we see us in the next video. Hasta luego.